Hello. Happy Monday, all. How we doing? It's a weekly time. What up, peeps? How we doing? Hello, friends. Phoenix Mayor. Hello. Oh my word. At first I couldn't hear stuff. Now I can. Okay, maybe I just had the music way too loud in my ears. I was like, that might be the problem. Luna, thank you for the 1 year. Thank you for the 12 months. My word. That is the time and a half. And Murphy with the 1 year. Phoenix, 32 months. Hi, nerd. Oh my God. Who in the hell allowed it to go that long? My God. Oh my God. 32. When did that happen? When did that happen? Oh my word, dude. Ay, ay, ay. Crow, thank you for the 25 months. Hi, Ribs. What's up, Rat? Impossible. Hello, how are you? Oh my goodness. Hey, Nicolific, how are you? What's up, Troy? Gamer. Ninja, thank you for the biddies. Rain, thank you for the gifted. Commander Wolfie, thank you for the 4. Hi. Dude, time is just not even a real thing. With how fast it moves, I don't know. Sometimes it feels like the week is a year, and then other times people are subbed for over 2 years out of effing nowhere. Yeah. Oh, my word. Hey, Juju, thank you for the biddies. Oh, the Father's Day was amazing. It was wonderful. Father's Day was great. It was super chill. It was really nice. Up in the mountains chilling and watching. I saw your photo of that really sweet like covered spot that you have. Like basically like a sunroom. It looked awesome. What was my 90s meal? Oh, it was my entire family dressed up in Good Burger costumes and then served me burgers and fries. And they even made Ed's sauce. Yeah. It was great. I have photos. Yeah. Yeah, I was waiting to bring down my Nickelodeon blimp that I so earned. I was waiting. Post a photo. I will. I'll post a photo of the kiddos. I don't think my wife wants me to post photos of her, but I will. I promise. I promise. This is what I got. It was like I don't know. It was like 2 years ago. I think it was. I had gotten a Dundee for best dad. Yeah. So I do have one of those. Heyo. Aaron, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Oh man. Good times. Good times. But it was a great day. It was wonderful. 'Twas good. Mrs. Flash is doing great. As of right now, she is set to be having that baby this week. This week. So we will see. Why can't I hear blurb? Hi, Fate. I did restart my PC. Let me do the old turn it off, turn it back on again. You guys can hear blurb, yes? Katie, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you for gifting to Tanko. I did have issues getting in, so it may be a blurb server. Really? But you guys heard it though. Okay. Wish her all the best. I'll make sure to send the wishes along to her. You heard it. Okay, thank you. Weird. What else makes noise that I need? I'm telling you, it's this really weird OBS issue I've had forever where sometimes when I restart my PC, I have to turn off the monitoring and turn it back on. And I don't know why. It just happens. Yeah, I'm not the dad. She's not the mom. That's right. Great. Thank you for the 14 months. Hello, futuristic. Welcome. Thank you for the sub. It feels just recently you shared that. I know. That like as soon as she as soon as she got pregnant and like leading to here, it does kind of feel like that happened pretty fast. But leading up to that was not fast. It took a while. It definitely took a while to get there. Hi, Mr. Song. It goes by fast. I mean, that did go by fast. But me having to like stab her in the butt every day, that was not fast. Nay. Savvy, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you so much. Scheduled my payoff payment for my truck today. Oh my God. Oh, so then you want more stuff to have to pay for. You had no idea. Yeah. Yeah. This week. So I'll make sure to keep you all posted when stuff and things happen. Yeah. There's a good possibility that I won't be here Friday. Let's just put it like that. We'll see how it goes. I will definitely let you guys know. Oh, they need replaced. Okay, that's different. That was like me with my tires on my car. They're like, so if I were to give it a number rating, these two are fine. They're like, this one, yeah, it's almost bare. I was like, okay. It's the guy that had a tier 1 Cruci burn outside. Forget to tell you that the Cruci was on the door outside. Sorry about, wait, what? The Cruci was at the door outside. Are you talking about, wait, Mark, are you talking about Tanglewood? When was that you that said about having a ghost eat the crucifix from the truck? Yes, that was you. Wow. I don't know how I remember that. I remember this conversation. Oh, okay. Okay. But you found out that it was at the door. Okay. That makes more sense. I mean, don't get me wrong. Phaz is not exactly bug free, but, and things can happen, but yeah. Coming to someone the other day. I remember when Izzy turned 2 and now she's 7. Yeah, mine are getting old. Yeah, I'm serious, dude. Yours are probably taller than you at this point, right? Hi, caramba. Now my chat's working. Hey, Futuristic, what's up, dude? Sorry, I don't. Twitch be twitching sometimes, man. Yeah, I'm glad you got it working though. Welcome in, Mrs. Lone Wolf. Welcome in. Oh, by the way, sidebar. Apparently, Discord now has the ability where you can convert boosts in your server to different advantages or perks. Like I say, they're not advantages, they're perks. Where like we now have inside of the server the tag, and we also have the ability to give certain roles gradients or special colors. So I don't know what to do with that yet. All I did was change mine and I think the sub one and maybe the mods, but I need to do, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And for the tag, I have ampersand F because I didn't know what else to do. So if you guys have better ideas, let me know. Thank you, Cheyenne. Thank you so much. What microphone do you use? It is a Shure SM7B. Oh, Jamie, I appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Jem, thank you for the 3 months. Hello. Today, we have a weekly, but not only do we have a weekly, we're playing the weekly with a break. We're doing it with a break of daylight. I'm hyping it. Listen, that's all you need to do, Cheyenne. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Hi, Tricurious. Hello. Meesek's always been working properly as of wait. No longer getting notified. I saw that. I did notice that. I've been trying to keep my Discord open so that I can see the notification happen when it should happen. So like I basically leave it open until I see it happen and then I close Discord or I just minimize it, whatever. Yeah, Little Shadow, thank you for the 18 months. Hello. All right, make sure Phaz is open and good. Fingers crossed, no gym ghosts. You know, as much of a pain in the arse they can be, it's really cool to get a gym ghost. I mean, it's still kind of cool. Because how rare is that? It's pretty damn rare. Time to Hello Kitty while watching you. Hey, let's go. Why not a Jin? Oh, listen, if I get a Jin in the gym named Jim, I can uninstall this game a happy man. That's like my life goal with this game, to get a Jin in the gym that is named Jim. That is our goal. We'll make merch off of it. Squishy, thank you for the 3 months. Little Shadow, thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the hype train. Oh, it would be so good. It'd be so good. I think we started that idea when my wife played Phaz once or twice, and she thought that the ghost was named Jim. So like she saw this name, she saw this in the old font, the ends were closer together, so it looked like Jim. in her defense, the old font, it did look like it. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Thay? Tiny Fox, thank you for the 14 months. Hello. Hi, how are you? Let me, you know what? I've been enjoying the idea of like pulling things up on my phone rather than trying to do it on my PC. It's been nice. Rhonda for a baby name? It's not my baby. What do you mean? It is not my child. And I seriously doubt the intended parents are like, oh, hey, by the way, what do you want to name it? Checking in here on the Purple app before you start. Hey, Cap, I appreciate you. Yeah, I definitely will. You can suggest. I'm not suggesting them a name. Oh, by the way, have you guys thought about it yet? What if they did? That'd be a really interesting boy name. Yeah. What's your advice for new players to Phasmo? My advice for new players to Phasmo is to take it easy, learn it in bits and pieces, figure out your hiding. Do not think that you need to maximize XP and leveling as fast as humanly possible, because there's a lot of people that play this game in a manner at which the pace should be nonstop, go, go, go. You need to learn it now. You need to figure it out. And they never, some people don't want you to stop and try to figure out what all this stuff does. They just want you to go figure out what the ghost, what's the blinking speed? How fast is it? Stop. You need to be able to take time to figure out this stuff. Slow it down. Have you considered the name Goryo? Well, that means the baby wouldn't exist. Baby's name is going to be Jim. He'll be in a gym and become a djinn. Crap at hiding when it comes to Willow Street. Well, I mean, you can always lower the difficulty to increase the number of hiding spots. There's always that. Or you can make a custom where maybe you like Nightmare, but you're like, I really need hiding spots. Turn them on. Go into here. Go into this. Break is still getting started, so we're good. Go make a custom. Do this. Preset. Nightmare. Contract. Number of hiding spots. Very high. Look at the difference. And I want you to look at the difference. This is a 4.0 multiplier for Nightmare. If you turn on every single hiding spot, you lose 0.2 times. Play the game the way you want to play it. Play the game the way you want to play it. Have they thought about Toothy McToothface? No, but I will make sure to throw out that suggestion. Hanika, thank you for the follow. Blood Sample, thank you for the 22 months. And Callie, hello. Oh my God. Level 5. What is happening? Now I'll be on custom professional. Do it. Absolutely. Look. Professional, custom, 3.0. But if you go down here to hiding places and do very high, 2.9, you lose 0.1. 0.1. Yeah. But you do have to get to level 50 first. So my suggestion would be to take your time, go through the normal difficulties, be it amateur, and then when you feel comfortable, start going up to intermediate professional. Then once you're level 50, then start tinkering. Yeah. I know, I'm so close, dude. I know. Level 93, Prestige 19. We're 7 levels away from being able to be Prestige 20, which is the final Prestige. I'm not going to Prestige because our update comes out in, what is that, 8 days? 7 or 8 days? And then the final 100. Yeah. No empathy. Thank you for the 2 months. I have to play with you the first time. I refuse to play anything lower than professional. It's up to you. It's up to you. Professional, listen, I've said this a million times. Some of the most entertaining games that I have ever had were on professional. They were not on Nightmare. They were not No Evidence. They were not No Sanity. You know, when you do that, sorry, when that noise actually happens, you know, I have little pop-ups that pop up for me. So when it doesn't pop up, I know you're being a turd. I know turd things are happening. You can't get me like that. Unless I'm in a game, unless I'm running Phas, like deep, and then, yeah, you'll get me. Oh, you thought that was yours. Okay, see, well, that's kind of a twofer, because they're going not only for me, but they're going for you, too. So, okay, Apocrypha, GG's, friend. GG's. You thought, Oh, it comes out on your birthday? Let's go. Again, this is another assumption that with the Chronicle update, there's a very good possibility that I will have it 24 hours early. I think I'm just waiting to make sure that that is 100%. So as of right now, it is the 24th. If I do get that opportunity, then that means I will be streaming it in a week. 7 days. 7 days. Yeah. And my goal will be when that update drops, we go live. So I don't know what time that'll be. That'll probably be like, it'll probably be butt crack early for us on the eastern side. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. Let's do our spiel here so that way we can be ready for break. Yeah. You'll be away? Oh no. Well, I mean, listen, this update is said to be one of the largest updates that they have ever done. So you are going to have a lot to come back to. It's at high school. Yes. Yes, it is. Splash. Thank you for the 2 years. Oh my God. Oh, go to the camp and see if I get the Easter egg. I could see if I get the Easter egg for the ring. 7 days. Gypsy, thank you for the 2. Oh my God. Listen, if we just so happen to do stuff and things and we double the goal, just be aware, I'm going to spin the bad wheel. It's not just going to be a straight. I think that's going to be the new plan. Rather than it just be soda, it's going to be the bad wheel, which has Bean Boozled, Spicy Bean Boozled, soda, or the mods get to choose what it is. Yeah. What Easter egg? There is an Easter egg in Maple Lodge where when you go to turn on the remote, turn on the TV, I mean, inside of the cabin, when you turn it on within a few seconds, the phone will ring, and it's meant to be the ring Easter egg. Yep. It's a chance. It doesn't happen all the time. It won't happen every single time, but there's a chance of it happening. All right. They should make a maze map. That'd be kind of cool. All right, let's go. Let me do the stuff and the things so we can get going. Yeah. They should make this map. I'd never play it, but that'd be cool. All right. Don't like the sound of the weekly? Well, you know what? That's part of the reason why playing with friends can be really beneficial because, well, yeah. 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 Who wants to go there? I know. Potato. Hello. What's up, Nyan? Good to see you. Penguin. Drex. Hello. Guar. Hello. Kermit. Hello. Definitely a challenge to try with friends. Yeah. I would suggest it. If you don't like playing the high school map, I would very highly suggest playing with friends for this one, especially. All right. Let's do the thing. We're going to try and do all the things today. We're going to try. Go there, save. Okay. All right, groovy. Groovy. Challenge is hard. Well, we're about to do it. We're about to do it. Ice, thank you so much for the 2 months. All right, let's do the things. This week's challenge is Tag Your It. This ghost will chase you immediately. Better get running. And this is at Brownstone High School for our 5K. And if we take a look, we can see that we get 3 evidence, 150% player speed, thank goodness, 100% ghost speed. There's no cursed objects, no sanity restoration, and there's a 1 second grace period for the ghost to hunt. And we have a lot of low tier equipment, which is uber exciting. But as we can see here are the player settings. Here are the ghost settings. There's our contract. Awesome sauce. Awesome sauce. Was easy. Got it. Listen, RNG is RNG, man. If you get lucky and you get ghosts that give themselves away easily, whatever. Take it and run. What's up, Elijah? Take it and run, man. Phasmo movie should have an end credit scene. People walking up to a location we haven't seen and they announce a new map for the game. Well, that would, I mean, that wouldn't really hold much, like, time-wise, that wouldn't last for very long. Because then once the new map is out and then you have a movie where people are walking up to a new map, there's really no significance. You know? That wouldn't really hold weight for very long. BB! Thank you for the 3 months, friend. All right. Is anyone by chance also in Break's stream right now? Yes. Welcome back. Does she want to host? If she wants to host, I can join her. In zero evidence, zero sanity, how can I tell Onryo? Always. Well, with zero sanity, you can't do an Onryo test where it blows out 3 firelights and hunts comfortably. But if you keep firelights lit near the Onryo, it will not hunt. It won't hunt. So keeping 2 flames lit like in the same area around the ghost is a really good idea. And if the ghost isn't hunting until the firelights are blown out, there you go. That's usually your Onryo. Yeah. Hi, Maddie. Hey, Fran. Hey, how are you? Thank you guys for the follows. Oh my God, is that a Mr. Chingus for 41 months? Oh my lucky stars. All right. Break is ready for me, I think, or she's hosting. So we're going to go join Break. Oh, my Lanta, Mr. Chingus. Oh, Mr. Chingus. Make a new map that launches with the movie. I mean, they could, again, I think that the movie and what's coming out in the game are going to be 100% opposite sides of the spectrum. They might have like things that are in the movie that are related to the game when it comes to lore and other things. We don't know yet, but I don't think that they're going to release the movie and be like, oh, by the way, don't forget to play fast today so you can do that. It's not going to happen. The timing of that would have to be impeccable. They're going to have this game out in 1.0 before the movie releases. That's my guess. Yeah. Hey, Kat, how's it going? Does Flash do his stuff mainly on Twitch or YouTube? Kind of all the things. Yeah. All the things. All right. I'm assuming her lobby is open, so I'm just going to try to join her. As long as... Are we Steam friends? We are. Okay, I was going to say, are we Steam friends? There we go. The Onryo cannot hunt if there's a flame near it. That is correct. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Leo?
Oh God, I was inside of you. Hello. It was unexpected, okay? Look, you don't gotta back away. I don't bite. Why are you pouting? I'm not. Look, Song's over here bullying me. I'm not the bully. It's Song.
I don't know. I've heard you're a sausage pro.
Oh my God.
Listen, it's just the word on the street, okay? It's just what they say. Yeah.
Yeah, Tika says you spawned inside of me.
Oh, how dare, dude. How dare. Oh, app, why do you do these things? Don't do this. Such a turd. Oh, it's okay, Lunar. They're going to be gone anyway.
Hyper wants to know why you're being a creep.
What? I'm here to sell. What do you mean? It's my job.
Oh. Can I have one of those fancy Polaroid cameras?
Hi, welcome to Steve's crap. I forget what it's called. Steve's chicken and stuff.
This is the famous Steve's?
No. This is sort of like, this is another installment. It's one of those like pop-up shops.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, still almost.
Well, Doc didn't trust me in the field anymore, so he told me to start selling here. Oh crap, he's here. Run, scatter.
Chicken and stuff. So where's the chicken?
Yeah, this is other Steve's. We have chicken. Oh. It's in these little jars, or it's in these little jars and bottles. Okay, they're $45 for every one.
Did you liquefy it? Is that what you did?
No. You just gotta really shove it in there. You just gotta really cram it in there. It fits. It fits. Oh, and if you need like a really fast hit of chicken, you stab that one in your leg.
What exactly does a hit of chicken do for a person?
If you got to ask, you can't afford it.
All right. That was very dramatic.
Just saying. Hi, Mr. Doc. All right. Well, I guess it's time for the thing. Who's ready for high school?
I'm not sure if I'm ready, but you know what?
I'm not ready. I'm not.
The reason I asked you is because the last time I played this, I had one of my ghosts was a Goryo, one was a mare, like I had all sorts of like normal speed nonsense, and you have much better RNG than that, so.
I'm gonna rejoin. I'm gonna rejoin. It was for the memes. It's for the memes. I'm just kidding. Hold on. What if I can't rejoin? That would really suck. Oh man, that would suck so much. Look at the connecting. Why is it having so many issues? Oh no. But Break is hosting, so wouldn't it be her RNG? Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. So glad I'm not the only one who does this too. Oh, what is happening? Why is it just endless connecting? Please. Oh no, it was a joke. I didn't mean it. Dang, dude. I was just trying to be funny. Well, she got blocked. Oh, that'd be so rude. What's up, Logan? How are you, dude? Why do you do this? Why are you this way? Try 10 times, only got it right once. Oh, yeah, it happens, dude. It happens. Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. We're just going to restart because it's being dumb. If you want to tell Break I'm restarting because I went to make a joke and now my game's freaking out. So now I'm getting memed on. This is true. It's my fault. I accept it. Get my hand slapped. Yep. What did we learn? That the servers are having a hissy. She said she hopes that you learned your lesson. Well, yeah.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Okay.
Like there are others out there in need of help.
Let's try this again. Okay.
Can you move over here, please?
I went to make a joke and
Look. Yeah, it's fine. I didn't want to play with you anyways. I was gonna make a prison for you.
Oh, here, I'll.
Yeah, but you spawned into the wrong spot. Did you just knock over my blocks?
I didn't mean to. What? Wait, why are they not falling over now? Oh, there they go. What's the challenge this week? The challenge this week is tag your it. Tag your it.
Hyper's over here making bad jokes. Okay.
Logan, thank you, dude. I don't know why, Logan. It's not popping up for me over here, and that's really annoying. But I do see it, friend. Thank you.
So what do we say?
Yay, high school.
Yay, high school. Go team. Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, I got it
cried
ready up.
A little on the inside when I saw what it was.
I know.
Only a little.
We'll be okay.
At least we're fast.
Heyo.
Yeah.
150. We're 150. Yeah, I Logan, I don't know why it's not in my activity feed. It didn't come up, which is the annoying part. Carol.
Well, I mean, at least you're in, you know.
So we have no sanity. We have all 3 evidence. Yeah. Most of these we're not going to have a possibility of orbs, but we're just getting them all lit.
Yeah, hallways. Yeah.
Oh.
Although you never know, could be in the gym.
Well, sometimes, I mean, we have orbs that sometimes just like leak into the hallway for no reason. So you never know. You might get lucky, but I don't think we're going to get lucky. Not this time. Hey, Richie. I am excited for the update. Yeah, it's coming in like a week and a day.
Expensive equipment.
Listen, you're trying your best.
We really went all out.
You're trying your
We
best.
really look. We went all out. That's all I have to say.
We have a 1 second grace period too, which makes me wonder. I think I might bring in flashlight,
Guess it tries to
smudge, and
spawn in your
parabolic.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
I guess the follows.
I know I did it before,
Thank
and
you.
it wasn't the worst. It wasn't great, but it wasn't the worst. But I don't.
Yeah.
Remember.
No, we'll be all right. Unless it hunts us right at the front door, then
Well, I'm sure
ouchies. Oh, wait.
Eventually find it with our ears.
Oh, power's on the left, by the way.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. All right. I'll go center.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know when you're going in. I need like a 3, 2, 1. We're gonna run to the library and hide if I can see where I'm going. It's so dark. Yeah, we're just starting.
I'm ready.
All right, count us down.
3, 2, 1.
E.
I forgot it's a pull door. It's not. I was trying to.
You almost left me here.
I didn't mean to. I wanted to be able to put.
Hey, Dakota, how are you? All right, no hunt yet. Now I'll leave this off. Nah, I'll leave it on. Spooky time pizza. What up, Rand? Spooky, I'm scared. Hunting? Yep. It's hunting. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Clay? Did you hear anything?
No. I think we came to the wrong high school.
Oh, wait, I think I hear it now.
Who on the right?
Yeah, I just got a whisper. It's Pam Jam. I'm okay. I thought she sensed my electronic. I thought I was done for. Oh. She's done?
Come.
Yeah, she's over here somewhere. My guess is that she's upstairs and down the hall. Interesting yoga.
Upstairs and down the hall.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That or she was circling the hallway like a shark.
Probably. Very shark-like.
That door's very
Was
open.
It Pam?
Do doors start partially open? Not a DO, no.
Good question.
Ooh. Go downstairs. Okay. Eee.
You look like you were just skating. You got some wheelies on.
Where did she come from? She was like over here somewhere, right?
Somewhere down here. That's not cool.
She's still hunting. Thank you, Hyper. Man.
Probably this side.
Is it cold over there?
It's dropping ever so slowly.
Okay, she's done.
Yeah, I think she's in this one.
Oh, yeah, I see my breath.
There.
All the way at the end.
Rude.
Gross. Just gross. Danky, thank you for the follow. What up, Frank? Meow. Jesus. She's so fast. Oh, I left my parabolic. Oh no. Hey, Pepsi. Hope everyone's having a good day. I hope you're having a good day. Listen, dude. You listen here. And you listen good. Kind of want to smudge you. Okay. All right, it's done.
Hey, I'm outside. I'm gonna go get stuff.
Yeah, Steve. Actually, I'm going to turn this off.
Stuff from Steve.
Steve's. Wait, was there a thing? All of you guys type join in chat. Oh, Chels, thank you so much. Why didn't that? I didn't hear that
you're already out
noise.
here. How did you make it out so fast?
I don't know. I just ran. I was running.
Hmm.
I don't think she approves of my running.
Hmm. Okay.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see.
Right.
Why? Oh, why? Okay, I think it's this one. Why is she staring at me? I'm deep in thought. I'm deep in thought break. What are you staring at me for? Huh? Huh?
You've got your eyeliner on again today.
Yeah,
Feeling a little
well,
emo.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know. It's not just a phase.
It's not just. Oh my god. You know that band you were telling me about that's been all over TikTok? Well,
Yes.
not just me. You're talking about on stream. Paradox,
Yes.
is that their name?
Paradox, yeah.
They're touring. They're
They're
touring with all
they're
Time
headlining
Low
Warped Tour.
and Mayday.
I don't know if they're
Parade.
headlining. They're
Yeah,
playing on
but
Warped Tour, though.
I don't think Warped is coming near me. I have no idea.
It
But-
might be kind of near me.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
maybe
know.
we should go.
I don't know. All right. Well, we know we need. I'm just
Sorry,
gonna run this
I'm
stuff to the
distracted.
side door, and then come back and get more.
Okay. Okay.
I have no idea who
Just
won,
saying,
but
I see a
GG's.
concert in my future.
Listen, it's been a long time since I've been to a festival of sorts.
Yeah.
All right, put that there. All right, more stuff. It is literally on the right-hand side all the way at the end. All the way. The winner is Neon. Neon, enjoy, friend. Blade and I were enjoying Simple Plan 3. Simple Plan. Careful, SpongeBob. There she goes. Look at her go. You know what I could try to do? I don't think I'd get there in time. I could try to double crucifix. I'm not going to have a flashlight, but I think that's okay to try and stop it from hunting. Sunny. No, the weekly's on high school this week. Yeah. What happens when you're old? Yeah. Inherited Drake, thank you for the 20 months. And Allison, thank you for the 15. Thank you guys so much. Oh. Let me in. Is this the first game? Yes. Yes. This is a pool door, right? Let me out. I mean, let me in. Okay, we're good. Wait, where's the wall? Oh God, there it is. I can't see. Help. What? Excuse you? How dare you?
Listen, I dare.
Yeah?
Okay,
With a
I
hi-ya?
dare.
Okay, I'm gonna run and get more stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll buy us some time. I should have smudged. I really should have smudged. You know what? I'm going back. I'm gonna smudge. It'll buy it. I mean, this is a very normal ghost. You're in here. Get smudged on, nerd. Get smudged on. All right, setting my timers, by the way. Timers have been set. Okay. I can't see a damn thing. I'm just gonna walk down the hallway until I see break. Sorry for the update. Yeah, me too. All right, there's the camera. We gotta be kind of close, right? Or am I to the back of the hallway now? There it is. I'm literally doing this blind. I can't. I mean, I'm seeing partial parts of the map. All right, the wall should be over here. There's that. Okay. All right. Spirit box. This and this. What the hell are you doing? What the fuck? I just risked my life through all of that so you could, what, meander?
I definitely didn't get lost.
Oh, okay. That explains it.
It was really dark, okay?
It was dark. I say the same thing. Like, I can't see anything. If it hunts right now, it's a demon.
On the stairs, and I made it down the stairs, and then I couldn't find myself.
Okay.
We do not have freezing.
Okay. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you close? Are you near? Are you here? Are you close? Are you angry? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Where are you here? You gonna touch the door? Hello? It's not answering me.
Did it leave you these?
No, it hasn't done anything yet. Oh yeah, I don't have a
Didn't I hear
smudge.
it touch a door?
I don't think so. It can hunt if it's 90 seconder, by the way. Another whisper. Run, break, run!
I smudged her.
She's coming to get your booty.
Look at the time.
Do you think Faz will ever get native support on a Mac? Dude, you got me. Break, look out. She's smudged. I think she's okay. I think she's okay. It's not very funny.
What?
No, her. All right. Evidence time. Any door touchies?
Bam, hop to it. She touched the door when she tried to murder me.
Ma'am?
You moving?
Where are you? Are you here? She just touched a window in here. Where are you? Where's that other crucifix? It's here.
Don't be in this classroom, Pam.
Oh,
Too
God.
large.
Best of luck. I threw that crucifix in there with hopes and dreams.
Oh.
Oh, God, I can't see. Run, run, break, run. Follow the sound of my voice. Okay, I heard a door touch. It's so dark. She like stutter steps. It's really, really weird. Okay, she's downstairs now. Come on. I'll turn this light on and I'll turn the other one on. think she's done. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I can't. Where am I? There we go. All right. All right. I'm gonna get the hallway light.
Alright, I'm not seeing orbs anywhere.
All right. Roger that. You know what's really crappy? I think that she spawned in the other side. The science over there.
Well,
Yeah.
it's all one giant room.
I know. All right. I'm not seeing any phalanges anywhere.
Okay. He doesn't want to give us anything.
Oh, she's hunting. How many evidence? I'm pretty sure we should get all three. Am I correct in what I read earlier? Hey, California, who are we playing with tonight? We're playing with Break. We've gotten 0 evidence. Okay. This is straight up hogwash. What is going on?
He refuses to be cooperative. Typical Pam.
Still hunting. Okay, it's done.
Now she's done.
Pam Jam, please.
Well, it's below 5 again, but we're not. Ooh, maybe. It was
Try
dropping
Spirit Box,
pretty
maybe?
quick for a minute. Yeah. Oh, there she is. Where's the script? Pam, where are you?
Go ahead.
Are you here? Are you close?
Yes.
There you go.
Lovely. Good job.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna try to get this hallway switch. Tier 1 Spirit Box is just a butt. That's one of the bigger problems. Tier 1 Spirit Box range is oofs. Big oofs. That's our first piece of evidence. All right, let me mark some stuff down here. Can I get a light on real fast? There we go.
Wait, did we ever bring in salt?
I don't think so.
I'll go grab some.
Okay.
I'll be
I might
back.
go get a flashlight just because.
Well, I don't know.
Yes, go get Break. The ghost speed standard for the challenge? Yeah. Players 150 and the ghost is 100. This is not twins. Pam, this is not a communal bathroom. Downstairs again? You know what I'm doing? Okay. First thing I'm doing is going straight for this
Do you
light.
want anything besides salt from the truck?
Do we have a writing book in there?
We do. It's on the desk.
You're killing me, Smalls. Give me dots, Pam. You suck. I hate your face. This is the worst place you could be. Another singing event? What the? Here, right in this, a-hole. Let's put this. Oh, wrong way. Not there. Where's the video camera? Is it in here? I'll assume it is. Can you outrun a Revy at 150? Only for a certain amount of time. It will catch up to you. All right.
You really waited.
For me to like get to the truck and come back. Did you get anything else?
No. Not quite. I was gonna go check the camera in the truck. I made it.
Okay.
Hi, caramba. Hi, caramba. Can it be a banshee? Technically, no, because we have Spirit Box. The only way it would be Banshee would be if it's a mimic, mimicking a Banshee. I could look here for possible EMF 5s, although that was an event for sure. We need another smudge. Flashlight. Oh, did she finally eat that crucifix?
Yeah, she did.
There's no need to be stuck on twins. The ghost speed is normal. The ghost speed is normal, so 0 sanity. It's not going to be these. Blinks look normal to me. Yeah. Second dot might have to be the way. We might not have a choice. If it is freezing, then it's an Onryo or a mimic.
Pamela! Pamela, this...
You know we have orbs, right?
We did not before.
We have
You know I
lorbs.
checked more than once? Rude.
Rude. What are the odds of an Onryo? For it to be a mimic, we need ultraviolet and freezing.
Well, we don't have freezing.
We do not?
No.
Okay.
What are the chances that we're just not getting dots?
I mean, it's dots writing freezing.
Right. My writing book isn't on the table anymore.
Oh, I put it over. I put it in the, when you walk in that room to the right, the corner. See, you're gliding around. Freaking lorbs. It's there, I promise. Other corner. Nope, nope, nope. Back in the room you were in.
Other corner?
Nope, nope. That, yep. There.
Oh, on the floor. Oh, no, she hasn't touched it.
Why is she not hunting you?
I mean, she was. She left. I don't know.
Oh, she left you. It left her alone. It hasn't changed speeds at all.
Like
No.
3 degrees.
So, I mean, the odds of it being a mimic have gone down. That doesn't mean it's not a mimic. You know what I mean? But I have a flashlight, thank God. Now we can see. Kylie, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Moon, thank you for the 4 months. I'll sit here and click this. Well, the height, I mean, there's a lot for it to leave UV on. All right, it's on.
I moved your view. Maybe she'll give dots in that other room.
Okay, I was going to come in there with another book.
Okay.
Also, door touch? Did it just event on you?
Really don't. I didn't hear it.
Smudged. I knew I heard
really
that.
don't think we're gonna get freezing, but also there weren't orbs before, so
Touche. And it's one big stupid room too.
yeah.
Come on, interact with the book. Oh, I thought it did it. Oh my God.
Oh, you got me all excited.
Dude, I got myself all excited. I'm sorry. I'm I was like, this is it. This is our time. This is where we fight.
Finally.
Yeah, it's cold, but it ain't freezing yet. The ghost is being a butt face. I would agree with you. I mean, surely by now it would be freezing, right?
I would. Yeah. She's been hanging out in this room for a while now.
Yeah.
Also, we are talking near her, technically, right?
Writing.
Not
It's a mare. I hate it here.
air.
It can take me. Go ahead and hunt, you butthole. Go ahead.
Yeah, do it, Pam.
Do it.
Do it. Take
How
him
this? We'll
out.
stand in the doorway. We'll see who she likes better.
Okay.
Okay.
Competition. I
All
like
right.
it.
Are we fair? Are we fair about this? Hey, wait. Walk into the wall with your face.
Can't tell.
Oh, it's too late.
Too late.
Yeah. I might have cheated. I'm not sure, but yeah. Yeah. She likes me more. Let's go. It's a mare. We finally got all of our evidence. Holy moly. And now she has to wait. So she could just leave if she wanted to. She's faster than me. No.
I'm not gonna give her the satisfaction. Goes you first.
Just 2 more of this? Yeah, but we might get a ghost that's very obvious by its hunting. So it's hard to say. Are you guys playing tag? The challenge is called Tag You're It. Funny enough. Yeah. This is actually great timing too, because ads are about to hit. So this will be great timing. Oh my goodness. At least we got all the evidence and we don't have to guess. Heyo. Heyo. Oh my, that's very ominous. Holy moly. I would surely love an easy one in the next one just to even it up a little bit. That'd be really, really nice. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know.
Welcome back. There's some jobs ready for you.
Might have been a turd not giving us the evidence the way we wanted, but we finally got it.
I don't want to know how long that took.
I'm not going to look. Nope. No need. Unnecessary. No need. I would also like an easy one. My name's not Shirley. All right. Well, let's go back and do it again, but a little bit faster this time.
Maybe it'll be a deal. Think positive.
I hope so. Stepped in salt. Well, it was a mare, so it could step in salt.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
This is one of the easiest ghosts you found in high school, but it made a mess of things.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly before starting the investigation. Reports of a cursed object nearby.
I don't think I got a blood moon the last time I did this.
I think there's a
We're
bug.
still
I think there's a
faster than
bug.
it
We should
goes
probably leave.
technic-
To your advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, something looks the computer's it's on the fritz.
It's so weird.
Hold
It's
on.
not supposed to look like
Yeah,
that.
something's wrong. Hold on. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
We would
I
get a
don't-
blood
I don't
moon
think-
at
I
high
don't
school.
think
You know, listen. Okay,
So-
so the hardest part about this is going to be the ghost speed.
Yeah, because it's gonna be 125.
It's gonna
so
be-
we're still
yeah.
faster than it, but it's gonna it's
Mhm.
gonna twins all day. Well, unless it's actually fast. Maybe it's actually
True.
fast.
This is true. All right. Well, let's do it.
Okay. Well,
I have a smudge, a flashlight, and parabolic
definitely need
again,
a
just in case.
flashlight, 'cause I
Yeah.
Definitely got
Oh,
lost in the
almost did it again.
Power.
Upstairs left.
Upstairs. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Gonna
my
go
goodness.
Center again.
Yeah, I might as well. Shark, thank you so much for the gifted.
Ready.
All right, I'm ready.
Go.
Did you just say go?
Oh, I'm searching.
think she was near the ghost. I can't. It's hunting. I can't do that. Hey, Vertex. No, she's still alive. That's terrifying. Oh, I did a late timer. You okay?
I think she started downstairs. I don't know. I was halfway up the stairs when she started hunting.
Yeah, I would assume so. She just wants a hug. All right. I need more stuff. Put this there, put that there.
Power's on.
Thank you. Okay. Which hallway is the one downstairs near her? Oh gosh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. That's upstairs. Which one's that one? Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. Son of a... Oh, Brake's running away. Is it down there? That's the opposite side. That's the opposite side. That's upstairs. What am I missing? What the are they just not showing, or am I just drunk? You almost never play this? No, there's nothing wrong with that. This is definitely not one of my favorite maps to play. Okay, that's looking that way. Okay. That one. That's the closest shot I think we have.
You found her yet?
No, I was actually going to watch from the truck.
Wow.
What? This could be useful information. It's not hunting.
You were gonna watch me die from the truck?
I would never do that unless you put yourself in that situation, like now. Look at her go, little beady-eyed bastard. She just... that was information. She's following Brake. I'm assuming Brake got to the hiding spot in there. Yeah. Okay. Why is she so slow looking right now? Yeah, that was locker room for sure. 100%. Okay, she definitely smudged though. I saw that. That definitely seemed a lot slower. But not coming out of the locker room though. It wasn't until she like left the area with Brake that she looked slow. That was weird. All right, done.
She sounded slower to me that time.
Okay, she looked slower. By the way, locker room.
Yeah, figured that.
Yeah, definitely saw her. We have orbs.
Do we think it's just a mimic?
Maybe.
I smudged her. I'm just gonna let that.
All right.
cool down.
I put some stuff down. She could be. Zero, welcome in. Apple, thank you for the 2 months.
Normal.
She looked, well, the first time she had a lot of line of sight on me.
Oh.
So she was
maybe that's
fast.
why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, maybe well, no. For her to be slow. Hold on. Let me look at the ghost. For her to be slow looking, that would have to be a possible Hantu. But I thought it gained speed with line of sight though.
The power was she gained line of sight speed.
Okay.
The power wasn't on that first hunt.
Right. That's true. Okay. Well, we have a couple of things in there. Can get some more, I suppose.
Mhm.
But there, even if it was a Raiju, there would be no reason for her to be slower than normal. A Raiju can't get slower than normal walking speed. It can only get faster. All right, I'm gonna bring another smooge. I'm gonna bring crucifix, another larger room, which is just a blasty blast. Well, I mean, it could be a mimic, so I guess we'll just go in and find out. Yeah.
I mean, no
I mean.
present to go get a ghost hug.
Heyo.
Heyo.
We could just camp here for a sec.
Hyper says that I don't remember which pillar. She was telling me all you have to do is hide behind the pillar and rotate correctly.
Oh, okay. The old rotate. That's fast. That's very fast, it sounds like. Oh, it's upstairs. It's upstairs.
Like, I trust you, but also I don't trust her not to come.
Do you
back
hear the
and make
footies?
my face.
Like that. she was upstairs, right past the tents. Oh, why me? I'm just an innocent little boy. What did I do? Hey, I smudged her, but I died. Did you see my smudge burning on the ground, by the way? That was some garbage. That must have been some delay, dude. We literally had line of sight of my smudge burning while the death hands were happening. That's hogwash. Robada. That's okay. You know, it's blood moon, it's cursed, it's kind of meant to happen.
Are you friendly? Are you near? Are you far? Where are you?
Did you just throw the book?
Give us writing.
Yep.
Where are you?
It's freezing.
Where are you? Are you here?
But it gains speed with line of sight.
Are you friendly? Where
Ultraviolet Spirit Ball?
are you near?
You would need both of those.
Far?
Thank you,
Where
Moon.
are you? I'm gonna have to come.
Dude, there's no way.
And we have spirit box.
We have to have ultraviolet. This has to be a mimic, right? Where did she go? Did she leave? Did she just depart? Oh, so I was trying to get your attention. Come back.
Oh, hi. I have a feeling it might be a mimic. I'm gonna go get some UV. Bye.
I'll follow. I'll go be a part of the party. I also think it's a mimic. For the speed that I saw and the speed that we heard, this has got to be a mimic.
And we have UV, okay, bye.
Oh, I want to see it. Oh, man. Oh, we have UV. Oh, man. She's going to leave me here. I'm going as fast as I can. We made it. Let's go.
I'm there to see it for 0.2 seconds. I'm leaving. Make sure you have mimics.
I got it. So I might need to smudge a little sooner in her lobby.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Oh no, did Rhonda give you a hug?
It's quite a sight to be watching your smudge burn while you get face hugged.
Listen, she knew who she wanted. She saw us both, and she just
She left you alone. Said, found him.
Alma just
Like her hand was out. She pointed at me. That one.
oh, she went for it. I thought I was dead because I didn't have a smudge, and I thought she saw me.
No, I was like timing the smudge so I could run towards the room, and she was a turd. But we got it though.
Yeah, we did.
Whatever.
And that was much faster.
Yes, it was much better. See, that worked. She must have been. No, she was chasing break. No. All right, last one, even faster. Right? Ah,
Take a look at the equipment and
no
prepare
rain.
accordingly.
Oh, and
Oh,
it's
the sweet sound of
sunrise.
silence.
Lovely. All right, William.
I mean, everyone loves the break of daylight. I'm just saying. All right, bye.
All right, bye.
That was fun.
Oh, we call it the break of day. Yeah, that's fair. That's fine. All right. It's your weather, so go ahead. Tell me where the ghost is. Left.
Oh, under the stairs to left. Ghost is. Oh, did we check for bonus orbs? So
No.
it could be anywhere. Maybe in the lecture hall upstairs.
I
You know,
think
that
it's
really inconvenient room in the middle.
yes. I think it's going to be second room past the library.
I hope.
I'm checking for orbs real fast. Imagine if it was in there. All right, nothing in the main lobby or the library, which is basically the only spots we're really going to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Unfortunate.
Game on.
All right.
It was insensitively jawed. All right, let's try a little bit better of a count this time, all right?
What, you didn't, like, just go? Oh.
I almost ran in there.
Alright, 99, 98. How long do you need?
I need,
99 enough.
no, I need 8.
8. I don't know 8. What's that number?
Go.
Going.
Samesies. Counting to
I was gonna count, but I forgot my numbers.
trying to get the light on for you.
I was on.
Get the library. Nice. We stand and wait. We have a second. So if it does decide to hunt on top of us, we'd still probably be okay. Is that her walking, I hear?
Is this ghost scared of you?
No, because it's hunting. Look for blinks. There's break. Kind of forgot I had a tier 1 for a second. Do you hear anything?
No.
Oh yeah, it's over here with me now.
Okay. Question being, how long of a trip did she take to get there? Sorry, William.
Oh, it's Mr. Butcher. Was he a normal speed, you think?
I don't know that. I
Was
got
he
Gen.
speeding up? He
I got
should've
Gen
gotten-
vibes a little bit.
Oh. Okay.
Just a little bit. Because
Okay.
it seemed like all of a sudden he was faster.
I'm feeling he might be upstairs.
Yeah, I think
somewhere.
so, because I heard nothing. That or he's down the hallway. I'll get the light on anyway. The breaker's still on. Yeah, has not tripped the breaker. Love the vids. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Oh. Well, I have no idea where to even start.
All right, my life is in your hands.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it is your weather.
You're just gonna trust me to keep you alive, okay?
Yep.
Well, risky choice on your part, but sure.
You know, life things.
Decisions, stuff, things.
Is it going to be all the way back there again? Swear to God.
It might be. Or maybe in the center. Because I'm just... Heck, it
I never heard it, though.
Side decided to... I didn't hear it either.
It's hunting.
See?
What the f...
Okay, I know the place is haunted because we saw the ghost last time.
I'll let her know I found him. Oh, smudge timer. There we go. All right, I smudged him.
Okay, downstairs, back left, back right. I don't know my direction.
I'm gonna be honest, I still don't know where... I just heard a phone ring. Is that here?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, I heard a phone ring. Okay, was that further away then?
Was it farther away then? Yeah. Flash.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I see your breath.
Science again.
Oh, my God. Why, dude? Why? It was quiet. No, it wasn't that quiet. Gosh darn it. All right. Well, time to get stuff. So we had a normal ghost. We had a blood moon ghost.
We can see when we're outside, okay?
That's very true. Teeny, thank you for the 25 months. Hello. Didn't know why it worked. Oh, don't know why it worked. Did not work earlier. It might have just needed a refresh, Teeny, honestly. Thank you, friend. All right, bringing stuff to the door. Hate it here. Might reduce the chance to large amount of light switches are pretty standard in large places. Yeah. Listen, it's high school. Of course, it's not going to be easy.
Remember how I said earlier I brought you because you have the good RNG?
But you
We can
forgot that
interact.
we're in your lobby.
Oh, God. Why did you let me start the lobby?
I don't know.
Remember that thing about choices, live stuff, things? I'm regretting.
I'm just saying. It happens. I don't know. I just rolling with the
My RNG,
punches.
That's the worst. It's fine.
All right, we got one of everything.
All
All right, I'm gonna get another book. I'm gonna get another dot. I'm gonna get another camera. All the things.
Fair. One for each.
One for
room.
each room. That is what, one room.
But that is one room. Yeah.
Gosh darn it. California, thank you for the 3 months. Hello, friend. Flame break. I'm down with that.
Walking without a flashlight though, because I keep getting lost.
Dang, dude. Yeah, I'm definitely bringing a flashlight. I have smudge on me. Yep. Bring this. Yep. Ooh, spicy.
Oh, that actually wow.
Immediately. was good placement.
Thank you.
I see no orbicals.
Yeah, well, neither did I last time. The first time, so.
Why is it spicy? All right, I'm gonna hide here. Maybe I can get. You know what? Oh, that's dangerous. You know what? F it. I don't think I saw orbs. Thank you, Hyper. Give. Imagine they do a weekly challenge in prison. They do a. What do you mean? They literally do a weekly challenge in prison. Don't they? Isn't there a weekly challenge in prison at some point?
Stole my smudge.
I would never do that to you. Oh, wait. Yeah, I might have. I got the smudge.
Don't let me die. Okay, I'm gonna hide.
All right. I'm gonna smudge. Wait, no, I'm not.
Get a hug this time.
Go upstairs, Stinky. Good. Still no orbs. Okay. Do we have a book down in here? Don't think so. Dot. All right, I got a dot down.
Did it walk out this door?
Wait, do we have any evidence at all right now?
No.
Possible wraith? Hey, Guac. Well, if it walked out of that door, EMF spirit box dots. Nothing? Oh, it's hunting. Dude, is that a sprint? Run!
Slow now.
That seemed like a sprint.
It seemed very fast.
Butcher daddy, eat my smudge and let me run away to you. Break? Break, are you okay? I'm coming in. Coming in. Oh, Break fall down. Oh no. Oh no. All right. I'm gonna do a gin test for my life. That sounded like a gin. And if we're right, EMF ultraviolet freezing. We have no evidence so far though, right? Someone broke our brake. What did I say? EMF ultraviolet freezing? EMF ultraviolet freezing. Okay. Hey, a nowhere touch would be awesome, dude. Where the hell would she have put the thermometer? Oh, God. You got me, dude. There's your window. Wait. Jesus. Stop it. I don't know where the EMF is. If I die, I'm going gin, by the way. Oh, snap. Ultraviolet. Looks like a small handprint. Again, I have no idea where the freezing is. No clue. But we're going to do it this way. Butcher's a kid at heart. It looked like the little kid handprint. There. Give me this. Give. There we go. Hunting. Do you hear that? Listen. Wait for it. I told her I was going gin, so I hope that she went ahead and marked it. Yeah. I felt like it was a gin earlier. So that confirms it. Let's hope that she did.
Welcome back.
Jennifer.
Why did I lost track of you after the ghost left, and I thought you were still alive, and then all of a sudden it started initializing. I was like, oh.
No, I knew I was going to get taken on purpose. I was just trying to get the gin sprint, so I confirmed it a couple of times. I knew.
It did feel, because it felt like it sprinted, and then when I rounded the corner, it went back to normal speed, and then it did the same thing to you.
Exactly. Well done, friend. Very well done. We kicked all the tushes. No, the first game was a little rough, but you know, the other two, not too bad.
Not so bad. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you for the games. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate your face. Make sure that you don't get got by the ghost, okay?
I'll do my best.
All right, and
Make
always
sure you give all of them hugs tonight,
listen,
okay? All of them, everyone.
Above it.
I
No,
want you to
listen.
get more hugs tonight
Listen.
than you ever have before.
Above anything else, do not forget.
Welcome back.
Okay.
I've prepared some jobs for you.
Oh, sweet tier 3 gear. Let's go. I have coffee tonight too, just in case I need to get rid of the taste. Big Brother vibes. Come on, it's funny. That's funny. Get out of here. You know it's funny. Guys, she's live, by the way. I told her I was going to do some solo games after the weekly because I feel like it's been like a week since I've done solo games. It's been like a week. Yeah. If he doesn't cut you off. Come on. What kind of coffee am I drinking? Well, I made a K-cup because it was really fast. It was like, I don't know, it's like some standard brand, but it was like some French vanilla thing. It's just easy. I don't have to put anything in it and it's fine. So it works for me. Imagine doing solo games. Imagine, dude, imagine. Hey, Starry, how are you? All right. So what do you say we do a drop to let you guys decide where I'm going? Okay. This should work. So if you guys type !drop with your favorite emote, it should drop you somewhere near the goo. And if you are the closest to the center of said goo, you'll get to choose what map I go to. Yeah. Sweatbands. Oh my God. Is that a Caleb? I can't hear the drop thing. I guess that's good for me. Yeah, this weekly was tag you're it. I'll make sure to change my stuff. Flaskin! What up, dude? Don't mind all the parachutes. We just got done the weekly. What up, man? Well, if you guys joined and you're coming from Flaskin, hi. If you type !drop with your favorite emote, if you land closest to the center of this craziness, you get to choose my map. Yeah, Twitch only. Yeah. Twitch only. Yes, sir. Flaskin, how was the games, man? How did it go? Callan, welcome in. How are you? Yeah, you can only drop once per drop. One drop per drop. There we go. There we go. Big Bubba, thank you for the 4 months, man. Hey, DQ, welcome in. What's up, Wilson? Good, my brother Phasmo tonight played on, oh, random lobbies. Ooh. Did you have any lobbies that were worth looking back at that were fun? I feel like the last time I did random lobbies, like if you're talking about public lobbies, I think I lucked out like hard. I got a VR player. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. It was not good. I'm broke. Well, stop getting got by the ghost. Goof. Apple, Sophie, welcome in, guys. Hi. Oh, Neon. You made it. Wait, who's in the center? So it's the font is so small. I think it says dies. That video is still one of the faves. It was just so funny. Listen. I know at some point they are looking to fix up the VR stuff, and I'm kind of waiting for it. I don't know when it's going to happen, but when they fix the VR stuff, it's going to make the door like Dan, the DK has said that they want to not revamp. They want to fix a few things in VR, and one of the big things is when you hold doors, and it sucks because when you try to get a door open, it takes so much concentration, like you're trying to mine F the thing apart. But they're gonna fix it, and when they do, I'll play VR again. Dies 2 bots is in the center. Okay, gotcha. Cooked eggs. Thank you for the 21 months. Wilson, thank you for the follow. Taquito. Well, I'm glad you had good games, man. I appreciate you. Welcome in, guys. If you don't know who I am, my name is FlashForce. I am a official Kinetic partner. I've been playing Phas constantly for years, and we do horror variety, but for the most part, you'll catch us most of the time playing this. I know who you are. You don't know who I am. Oh my God, is that Scamper? What the hell is this Blast from the Past stuff? Scamp, thank you for the 2 years. I foresee them only focusing on small maps going forward though. Oh, for making maps? Probably. For the most part, I think until a later time. All right. All right, guys. GG's friend. GG's, where are you taking me? Can't wait for the update. Yeah, me either, Sophie. I can't wait either. Point Hope, you got it. You got it, boss. You and Flask and Shorts got you into Phas. Let's go. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, Flaskin makes some funny content, man. You had another one pop up for me today. What was it? It was it was the UV one. The UV one popped up for me. It's good shit. I hate you. Well, it's not that big maps are a big undertaking. I mean, the problem is that most people are going to choose to play small maps. That's the thing. Most people want to play smaller maps because you can get through them faster. So that's why you have this top row getting played nonstop. Check UV. That's what it was. Yeah. Oh my. Do Point Hope Easter eggs for kicks? Oh, do the Point Hope Easter egg for kicks? I mean, I could. Maybe. All right. Let's do Nightmare at Point Hope. Change my title real fast.
All right, we're here.
Yeah, we did the weekly. We had Blood Moon on the second run, so that was a vibe.
Got the intel.
Do you have a favorite cartoon? Yeah. Hey Arnold.
We've had reports of violence, and it looks
Yep.
like they left in a hurry.
Despite the inconvenience of stairs, I love the vibes of Point Hope. Yeah, it takes 15 years to get everything to the top because you know, and I know, and everyone else here knows that our ghost is going to be at the top of this damn thing. We all know it. It's going to happen. You mispronounced Doug. Get out of here. No, I love it too, but no, Hey Arnold was the best. 'Twas the best. All right, Ted Shellen. Look at this. 9,775. We're getting close to the 10K. What up, Ty? EMF reader, incense, ghost event. Please, oh please, I beg thee, please be downstairs somewhere. Please. Steel, how are you? First level bathroom? Dude, imagine. It's either top floor or that little bathroom on the first floor. Every single time. You're not kidding. It's literally that every single time. Hold on. Let's open this and just see if we get here real fast before I even walk in. We need a little, like, a little dumbwaiter or something like that. Oh, my game's a little bit laggy. I gotta be careful. I might need to reset. We need, like, a little dumbwaiter to go up inside the thing to put all of our equipment in. It does take a long time. Yeah. See a new soccer game came out that's like, I did see that. I saw an ad for it. Pretty fun. That's cool. All right. Did I hear something? I'm not that lucky, right? No. No. Okay. Thought I heard it. Got excited. No cards. No hiding. Let's go. Hey, the breaker's here, though. I'll take that. Hey, yo. All right, anything look out of place? Check our temps. Hey, ninja. It's a demon? All right, I'll just leave. Doing good today? I am. Did the weekly. The first round wasn't that great, but the other rounds were not that bad. Yeah. What if they make this like one of the designs for one of the... They're not going to do that. Whenever character customization comes into play. That's a win? Yeah, but I don't know where the ghost is. Mirror? Sad. Sad. Descending. Dude, I'm hearing all kinds of crazy stuff. I swear to God, I just heard muffled footsteps. Oh, I did hear something though. Game room. Ooh. Oh, it knocked over a pool cues. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna leave stuff here and then we'll be back. Nightmare, yeah. My favorite map is Willow. Willow is my favorite layout by far. Do you know anything about it? No, not yet. No, everybody's waiting. But to be fair, if there was, what's the best way to word this? If I did know anything and it wasn't announced yet, I wouldn't be able to tell you. If there's anything that I do know that I do announce, it's because they have publicly announced it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Lil, hello. Is the tent glitch in camp patched? Nope, not yet. I really can't wait for it to get patched though. I hate people that use it. It's sad and pathetic. NDA stuff? That is correct. That is correct, Amundo. I cannot vocalize anything that I hear that is under the NDA that they tell us we can't announce. Correct. But I mean, most of the stuff that we hear is stuff that you guys can hear. And they publicly announce anyway. It's just that maybe somebody hasn't heard about it yet. Yeah. Not DNA. I hate it so much. Hey, Sad Girl, how are you? NDA stuff isn't as fun as NBA Jam. Just saying. From downtown. All right. Go there. But yeah, I'm excited for Chronicle. I can't wait. It's going to be a jam. An NBA jam. We have orbs. Nothing UV wise that we can tell. How's stream going? It's good. Oh, you want to play a game, eh? You want to play some chess? All right, I'll move and then you move. All right. All right, your turn. Ghosty? Maybe it's shy. Wait. Where are you? All right. All right. Spirit box. Roger that. At least not all the way to the top, Ayo. I want to play chess. I know how to play. Then go play chess. Literally, there is a online world that is at your leisure. You don't have to wait to play in Point Hope. Now I want to watch Space Jam. Got it on VHS. How do you feel about that, Hotshot? No freezing that I can tell. We do not have dots in here yet, though. And ghost orbs. I know. Wait, did I say I had orbs? Did I say I had orbs? Yes? Then oh, there they are. Oh, it was literally right by the window. What a butthole. There it is. Yeah, I just never marked it down. It's a really, really, really bad habit. Okay. Well, if I get ultraviolet or freezing, then we have a Mamake. I do it all the time. It is such a bad habit. Remember when Nickelodeon VHS tapes were orange? Don't make me go actually into my other room and get one. Hey, Kowalski, hello. No, I can't. I'll be running back and forth, grabbing each one of them. Although, I did add some VHSs to my collection, though. I did add a few today. They're good ones, too. You have your orange VHS, or yep, same here. Same here. Am I yokai? No, not usually. All right, so we think we might have a mimic. It is possible. So if we do, it's going to be ultraviolet or freezing, but we have not seen any ultraviolet. Not that we could tell. I could bring these up there. You know what? I think we can get away with one. We're going to do an Onryo test. Yeah. Want to watch Pete and Pete? I saw a clip on TikTok or something where it showed one of the Pete and Pete brothers. You still have a working VHS rewinder? A rewinder? You mean a thing specifically for rewinding? You mean like what a VHS player does when the video's over? First person I've subscribed to. Love watching. Oh, I appreciate that, Lone Wolf. Thank you. You have 4 of them? Good grief. What do you need 4 for? This, you know what? It's actually not bad placement. Put that there. Turn on some music. This music isn't helping at all. This music isn't helping at all. It's a mimic run. It's a mimic. I need to go get a smudge. We need to run. Hey, Rage, welcome in. I love mimics, but wait. Oh. Sausage. Okay. I love mimics, but the problem is that they can turn into literally any ghost. So careful, SpongeBob time. It's gonna demon you. I was a little bit late for that. Oh, your VCR's busted. Oh no. Oh no. My VHS tapes are broken. There we go. Nice little sausage. Now let's get this. We have a lighter. We could go look for the bone. Another mimic? Yeah. Yeah. Kowalski, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Hoodie Stealer, hello. What about F the shoes? Are there shoes right here? There's a boot right here. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, didn't mean to do that. There. I F the boot. Why can't I pick up these shoes? Excuse me? So I can pick up these. But I can't pick up these 3 sets of shoes. Why? Is this like the old Bleasdale thing where like the ghost can touch those, but we can't? Where am I from? United States. They're nailed down. Ah, the oldest trick in the book. The old nailed down the shoe trick. OG Betamax. Oh my god. Super glue. Yeah. Oh my god. Excuse me. Is that an epic tight pants? That was awake at like 1 this. Oh, I never brought a camera, son of a biscuit. Oh my god. And thank you for the subs, Mail. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you for the 42 months. Oh my goodness. We were just talking about that earlier. Somebody like, how the hell has it been that long? Being up at 1 was way easier than getting up at 7. That's okay. That's fair because you're probably just awake the entire time. Yeah. Daenerys, so thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. Oh my god. Hi, caramba. How things been, Mel? How are you feeling? Just realized point host being kind of nice. It is kind of being nice, and we have a mimic too, which is really, really interesting. Do I need you to hunt? Yeah. Well, no. Witness an event and incense. No, I don't need you to hunt. Had to go get wedding jewelry today. Oh. Had to wake up and do things. Yeah. Gross. Now you've jinxed it. No, I have not. 4 sleeps until Mr. Tight Pants. Is that going to be said? Is that in the vows? Nails in the heels. Oh, the Michael Jackson thing where he does the lean. The ding, 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 ding. I know what you mean now. Please don't hunt me. I effing hate it here. I hate it here so much. Oh my god. Shut up. Oh god, it's BJM. Oh no. Oh no. Well, there's no point in a perfect game now. Shut up. Oh, he touched that thing though. Hold on. Look, you can get handprints on this. Watch. Wait. Oh, the inside. Sorry, the inside. There it is. Gosh darn it. What a jerk. Still have the crucifix here though, so we're safe for the most part. Even that happens with salt picks. Yeah, it happens from time to time, I guess. But yeah. Now we're just testing physics. Do I even worry about the bone? I mean, I guess I could. Thank you guys for the follows. Yeah. We'll go take a gander. We'll sneak a peek. It's fine. Always worry? No, I almost never worry anymore. I can't wait for the day that they remove it from perfect games. Allie and Frank are on their way. Oh, that is so cool. Hawaii is gorgeous. I've been there twice in my life. It is beautiful. Once for work and then once for pleasure. Landon, what up, dude? I'm good. How are you? Wasn't the bone at the game stairs? Did you see the bone? I didn't see it. Next time you come to our... Oh, yes, please. Yes, please. Hi, Frank. How you doing, big goober? I'm good. How the hell are you? All right, hold on. Making sure stuff looks okay. Me. Okay, there we go. What islands have you been to? I have been to, where was I? I was at Oahu and, oh my word. I was at Oahu and Maui. Did I go? What's the other island there? What is that called? Kauai? I might have been on that for a little bit too, because we were filming. Man, it was a long time ago though when I did that. When it was just me and my wife, we were just at Oahu. Yeah. See you, Fallen. Have a good one. Miss Chief, thank you for the 2 months. Fall in love with living on Maui. It's cool having people recognize me as local. That's cool. Well, to be fair, your skin tone also probably helps. I'm just saying. Hey, Apple. Galaxy Quest? Hell yeah. All right. Well, I got the bone and you're a mimic. So I'm probably just going to leave if that's cool. Me and Bruce are going to say bye. Do you want to say bye to Bruce real fast before we go? BJM. Ted Shellen. More dark every day. Still pasty and next to the Hawaiian man. Okay, but he lives there. Oh, sorry. He has lived there his whole life. To be fair to you. Indy. Thank you for the 5 subs. Appreciate you, dude. Nice to catch you stream after a long work day. Well, I hope your work day was good. We're going to pretend you're here and I'm going to smudge. All right. Here we go. That looks good. All right, we're leaving. Bruce says bye. Okay, I'm going. Last chance. All right. Ooh, what a stinky mimic. BRB, you're good. No worries. Work was a day. All of our kiddos went to camp today. It's a day camp, but still. I know it's a day late, but happy Friday. Thank you very much, Warlock. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, we did hit the daily. Oh, shit. Had hit the goal. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. We will spin the wheel after I leave. We have a shark. We have a sausage. What else could you want? Goals. Goals have been met. Stupid photo system. That's just silly. That's just silly in nature. What do they do at that day camp? They do all kinds of activities, but they do kayaking and they do swimming and just random sport activities and then like craft things and just fun stuff. Obviously per the age, whatever's appropriate for their age. And I've got 3 kids, so you have 7, 10, and 13. Yeah. Desi, what up, dude? How are you? There's a Mamake. All right, let's get this wheel spin in before the ads happen. I think we can do that. Hey, Corny. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it. All right, let's do the ting. What's it going to be? Hygiene first. Wait, what? A sub. Rare thing to get 2 mimics in one stream. Not necessarily. It's just one of those days, I guess. All right, let's open up our tool. All right. Connect. Connect, damn it. How's the weather been? Been raining. It's been raining a bunch. All right. If you're not subbed, this is your opportunity to get a free one. If you type the word sub into chat, you only need to type it once and then you're good to go. If you type sub, you are entered to win. If you're already subbed and you enter and you win, you have to pick somebody that's not already a sub. Okay? I will give you guys 60 seconds to do this because I want to get this done before the ads happen. I don't want you guys to be blocked behind ads when you see this. So you have 53 seconds. Jesse, hello. Welcome in. Yeah, thank you, Matthew. Yeah, it's a purple side. It is a purple side app. I still need to play Anomaly Experiment too. I still have yet to try that. There's all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff to play. All right. You have less than 30 seconds. Sub. What if you was gifted a sub? Well, if you was gifted a sub, it doesn't matter if you're gifted or if you subscribe to yourself. If you're already a sub, then you can choose someone to be subbed because you can't be subbed twice. Yeah. Watched on YouTube, realized I never followed on here. Steffi, thank you for the follow. Uncle BT, thank you guys. Welcome in. I have not played Edith Finch. No, that's on my wish list. It is on the list. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll go. Had Thay 3 times in a row this week. Nice. Very nice. Hello, Mr. Cap. How are you? Ooh, this will be perfect timing because ads are about to happen. This is perfect. It is a perfect. Oh, you can't type sub once it's already there, friends. It's a little bit late for that. A little bit late. Leo. All right, ads are about to happen, by the way, friends. If you're not subbed, if you don't have turbo, don't stress it. I wait in the lobby for you. Ooh, Leo is not subbed. Perfect. Perfect timing, Leo. Absolutely perfect. Here we go. There it is. GG's, friend. GG's. Perfect, perfect. Cap, how are you, dude? How's it going? Edith Finch is good. It looks good. It looks good. That's why I added it to the wish list. I definitely want to play it. But again, it's on the list with 1,500 other things. There's just so many games and not enough time. And not to mention with the Phas update that's about to come out here soon. Yeah, we're going to be playing a lot of Phas. It's inevitable. Finished prepping my breakfast and a snack for work tomorrow. Very nice. That is some good preparation. I'm never that prepared. Never that prepared. When's the next update again? On the 24th. The 24th of this month. So we're looking at less than 10 days. Yeah, Stitch, hello. Have a reason to play through my backlog? Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, what? Oh, what's the next update? Oh, what is the next update? It's Chronicle. Yeah, Chronicle is what the update's called. There's patch notes and everything. If you do !update, I think that'll give you the date. I don't think I have my... Well, no, because I mean, we don't have any patch notes for it yet or anything. We just went over what, like, partially what's going to be in it in a video. It's on your birthday. Nice. Very nice. Coming a part of the weekly entertainment. Lesser Diamond, thank you. Well, I appreciate you. Video camera, recorder. The things and the stuff. Yeah. You're prepping for a hangover tomorrow. Oh, well, I mean, that's also being prepared. Any guesses to what they haven't revealed? I'd rather not try to guess. Again, there might be things I know. There might be things I don't know. I could be full of crap right now. Hard to say. Yeah. It's probably safer for me not to guess. Finally get to see an entire stream now that from Florida to Las Vegas. Ooh. Was the move work related or was it just because? Project Dura, thank you for the 5 months. Dig to the streams, never miss a video. Thank you so much. No more salt pick spamming. I'm here for it 100%. I don't want it. I don't need it. But if it's here right now, I'll use it. So then as soon as they take it away, awesome. I can't wait. Do you think they'll reset our levels again at some point? You have to think about the reason why they reset the levels in the first place. The whole reason they reset our level was because they were adding the prestige system. So they needed everyone to be on an even keel to go from there. So I think the only reason that they would reset levels would be if they did something like that again, which I don't think they're planning on. Yeah. No humidity. Hey, there you go. Do you plan on streaming when the update comes out, or are you going to be keeping it? I plan on streaming when the update comes out. Her recovery time should be pretty good. It should not be that bad. So, I mean, obviously we'll play things by ear, but she's literally due to have the baby this Friday. So if she has baby Friday and then the update is on it, let's just pretend I get it 24 hours early, which would be on the 23rd. Then it's a couple days later. Yeah. So close. Yeah. Would you want your own character model? No. You know what I want? That's what I want. I want my character to be able to have glasses and a hat. That's it. And wear nothing else. No, just those are the things I want to add. All right. Oh, let's see. Hair? It'd be under the hat. It wouldn't even matter. It'd be under the hat. What would be the difference? All right, we're going to go to Grafton again because, again, Grafton update is not coming with Chronicle. Grafton is happening after Chronicle. So people are like, oh, is it about to go? No, there's still time. There is still time. So we're going to go to Grafton. Najima, hello. BJM with hat and glasses. Let's go. I'd be down. That'd be kind of funny. I was about to say, dude, if I get another blood moon, man, I feel like I'm getting them regularly now. Tim Sherman, capture a photo, motion sensor, and firelight. Oh, really? Capture a photo, motion sensor, firelight. Let's go knock it out. Objectives. Do the thing. I wonder how or if the weekly challenges will change after Chronicle. I don't know. That's a great question. I hope that they do. It'd be really nice to have a new, fresh take on some of those. All right, Ghosty. Ooh. And the music box. See you, Ramen. Going for the objectives first. Yikes. No power. Let's get this switch. Prep some switches on our way through. Any boner jams on our way through? No? All right. Oh, son of a biscuit. Come on, man. Off to get some sleep, Clay. Have a wonderful night's sleep. Thank you so much for chilling with me. All right. I've heard nothing. I've heard diddly. Come on, Ghost. Where you at? Got the juice. Vam, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, by the way, side note, I said this earlier today, but I'll say it again. If we double the goal, on the days that we double the goal, by the way, I'm not just going to do soda. I'm going to do a bad wheel. That way there's multiple things and I can add even more stuff to it. All right. Ghost, you're just not going to reveal yourself at all, are you? Oh, we have chair hiding, though. Maybe twins? Nothing is moved. You silent booger. Nothing. Literally nothing. Oh, what the hell? How'd I miss that? Ghost, are you here too? We have nothing getting thrown in here. We also have lightning, which is not making this easier. Question about the upcoming update. Do we get forced reset on our leveling? No, there'd be no reason for it. Did you do the weekly yet? Yeah. Yeah, we're already done the weekly. Dude, what the f... I came in here all ready to go. This might be a stupid idea, but this ghost sucks. Morgan! Was it all the way back where the breaker is? Wow, dude. Morgan, hello. How was your stream, friend? Eric, welcome in. Oxygen! Fuck! I did not get that photo. Yeah, I was gonna say, there's no shot I got that photo. I was not expecting him to sprint at me. All right, well, we know what the ghost is. It's a Jinn. Hi, caramba. Hey, Melody, the stream is going well. How are you? Nah, you did it. You broke the only thing he ever loved. Well, you know what? He's a turd. And he's stinky, and we don't like him. So it's fine. I still need a ghost photo in the firelight, though, which is the problem. Yeah, this is an absolute Jennifer. You better believe it. That thing sprinted at me. Yeah, this is the second Jinn, isn't it? Yeah, I guess it is. We want them to add a ghost that isn't a ghost. Wait, what? Oh my god, Anna Rhodey? Excuse me? Morgan, did you bring this? Rhodey! Hi, friend. Could it be a mimic? Technically, yes. All right, I need a ghost photo, but I don't know. You're a turd. I don't like you. Mr. Rhodey, how are things going, sir? Hello. Shadow. Rhodey requested uppies from you. No, that's something we do in private. No. That's a private situation. We don't do that publicly here. Yeah, sorry. What's this look like, a Baron or a Chinggis stream? You done lost your mind? What do we need? EMF ultraviolet freezing. I mean, honestly, I'm almost okay with not even checking for that stuff and just going for these. How the games? Games are good. Road told us, well, enjoy this chat. They're bear. Oh, that would explain so much. That explains a lot. They're bear. Okay. You know, that makes a lot of sense now. Ghost. All right. Can you explain the Jinn sprinting? I'm a little confused on what they do or don't do. Well, when the Jinn sprints, it's because the power's on. So what happens is the Djinn has this ability where if the power is on, the Djinn will have a constant speed. If it doesn't see you, it doesn't sense a player. But the second it gets line of sight, not senses the player, gets line of sight, it speeds up exponentially, a lot faster, way faster than a gradual line of sight speed up. And you can take that away by turning the power off. But I mean, do you want to play with the power off is the question, which most people do not. Carry the 1, divide 69, multiply. See, Mrs. P gets it. You guys just need to figure it out. All right, well, if somebody wouldn't have broken the music box, I could have used that. Thanks, guys. Jeez. Fire, thank you for the follow. Hello. Ghost, I need a photo. How'd the weekly go? The first map sucked. It wouldn't give us evidence and it moved to a really massive room. The second and the third were not that bad. Tim Sherman. Show yourself in 3, 2, 1. Hate to raid and run. Gotta get some sleeps. Rhodey, I appreciate you, man. Of course. Thank you so much for the raid. Hey, now's your time to shine, nerd. Was the first time in the gym? No, it moved into, it was all the way back right, and then it on the first floor, and then it moved across the hall over to the room that has the science room attached. That's considered one room. Yeah, it was great. It was so good. All right, you suck. I'm gonna go get the firelight. You need to blow that up. Yo, I have Camp Tom, so bye. I don't know what Camp Tom is, but best of luck to you, I guess. If you take a picture of a phantom while it's hunting, will it just turn invisible? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know for how long. I don't know for how long. General Gravy. Hi, friendo. Oh, camp tomorrow. Oh, kids. Oh, damn. You have camp tomorrow. Jesus. Done the weekly. Yep. Yeah, that was the first thing we did. I have camp tomorrow, not Camp Tom. I mean, am I the drunk one here, or did you not type I have Camp Tom? I mean, I know my eyesight's not getting any better, but I'm just saying. Camptown Racing. It's where a bunch of people named Tom go and chill. Shit, someone needs to go let Tom know. I don't know what's happening. We don't either. It's okay. I'm waiting for this ghost to decide to event so I can take a photo of it. Flash, look out the call. No, I turned the lights on, so it's not going to really be throwing anything now. But it's also not doing anything else. I thought he was going to Camp Tom. It's literally what he said. Hey, Dumpling, I'm good. How are you? Look at the lag, too. Ghost said no. I guess not. Do I just need to leave, Hotshot? What if I go over here? I'll stand in the corner. I'll stand in the corner and see what it does. I'm not going to Camp Tom. Do I need to pull your messages up on stream? Yo, I have Camp Tom, so bye. Think you do? I think I might. Ghost, please. I'm going to give you like 20 seconds. I'm leaving. Hey, what's up, Ultra? How are you? Is this a shade? No, it's a Jinn. If it's a phantom when you take a photo, can you see it through the camera or do you have to see it in the book? Well, no. If you take a picture of a phantom, it disappears, so you won't see it in the book. Yeah, when you take a picture of a phantom with your, like this, if it shows up and I take a photo, it disappears. And also there's no ghost in the picture. Yeah. All right, well, we're just leaving because you suck. That was a Jinn. Yeah, it's a Jinn. I mean, you see how exciting this ghost is? Yeah, I'm not sticking around for this. No, sir. No, sir. Goodbye. Goodbye. Might be a good time to reset my game. Kids these days. Never had such a call. It just happens.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
23 objects moved. Old Jim Shady, that's right. Let me restart my game real fast.
Welcome back.
This is necessary. I'm gonna restart the game and then we'll get right back to it. How was the special family? Oh, the family dinner was great. My wife and the rest of the family dressed up like employees from Good Burger. And then they served me burger and fries with Ed sauce. So it was wonderful. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yeah, it was fantastic. I'll make sure I'll show you guys a photo of the kiddos. I'll post that in Discord. Did they do the Good Burger greeting? Yes, they did. Yeah, my son, who's the actor of the family, went really out of the way to try to act like Ed.
Welcome back. I've prepared some jobs for you.
Watch while playing. Nice. All right. It's still a little bit on the meh side, but we're going to go with it. We're going to go with it. I'm reopening. If you're wondering what's going on, I was just reopening the game. Kill for some orange soda right now. Doesn't that sound good? All right. Happy Father. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Father's Day was yesterday, but I appreciate you. Yeah, 2 away. Yeah. All right. You guys want to decide this one? How about this? We'll do a vote this time. 1 through 14 in chat. You guys choose where we go. It is your guys' choice. 1 through 14. Oh. Nightwolf, thank you for the 15 months. Spike, thank you for the 2 gifted, dude. Thank you so much. And Crimson. Listen, if you choose random and then it randomly decides to be Grafton or something, that is on you, not on me. All right? It is your choice. Yeah, Crimson, thank you. Sugar Chef, thank you for the 6-month Prime. Love all the alert sounds. I appreciate it. That was over a long time of having random alerts. Random alerts and changing them frequently and then deciding which ones to keep and which ones to get rid of. Yeah. Mrs. Coffee, thank you so much for the biddies. And then every time I do a cosplay, I always change all of my alerts. Human aid. What is the evil face for? Willow Street. Oh, you kind beans. Who paid you off? Was it Human Aid? Hey, Chance, how are the ghosties? Not too bad. A couple of them are being boring, man. My spitefulness about being knocked off the top 3. Also, that's something I'm going to work on. There was a spell of a time where I had the top gifters and bit donator, like all that jazz, on like a doc, on a document, and I would save it every. The problem was, I want to find a way to make it easier and automate it, to update it, because especially at the last day when things change and I don't catch it in time, the leaderboard changes over and I miss it. But I think there's a way to automate it. So if I can find a way to do that, I'll have the list back where in my about section on Twitch, you'll be able to see the each month, the top gifters and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. Next goes to the demon. It better be. Your chat life depends on it. If it's not a demon, we'll see you later. Must have been great. No, it was a djinn. It was just a super boring djinn. Extremely boring. That's asking for my prestige people. I'm scared to... Oh, wait. Did you find some? Oh, wait. Wait. Yeah.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you. Looks like there are other...
Yo, Flash, welcome in, welcome in. You trying to buy, bro?
Yeah, give me a second. I still see you under recent players, you fucking cuck. Idiot. All right, let's see. Hacking, cheating. Trying to sell levels. Submit, report. All right, so they're gone. Next. This is a really fun game to play every now and then. I suggest doing it. It's a blast. It's a big blasty blast. Any more idiots? No, just one. You trying to buy, bro? What a fucking loser. All right. There we go. Is there also a way? Hold on. Can you go to their Steam page? Is that what that does? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is. Here's the cuck himself. All right. So I'll grab that. So that'll make him lose $10 because now he's going to have to go and buy another account. Idiot. All right. I'll open up Discord real fast. Give me a second, friends. This is very well worth it. Very well worth it. Thank you guys for the hype train, by the way. So then what I do is I go to the moderators that I know personally and I message them. Trying to sell levels. Reported a cheater trying to sell levels. There's that. Boom. Thumbs up. It's amazing how many people fall for it. It's not a fall for it. You're not falling for something. At that point, if you are doing it on purpose, you know you're buying what you're getting. That's not falling for it. That's just pathetically buying levels because you don't want people to know you're a lower level. Never expected it in Phas. Yeah, they'll do anything. He's going to be so good. No, what happens is what's really fun is you go and do that. So I highly suggest that you every now and then go into the multiplayer lobbies. Okay. You go into the multiplayer lobbies. You look real fast, do a quick little gander. And when you see one of those douchebags that's trying to sell levels, all you have to do is get into their lobby. If you get into their lobby, you can then go like this, go to recent players, and boom, you have their information here. Yeah. Was there another one? Did I miss it? Where? No. Shit.
If you want a prestige, I take cash out, PayPal.
Yeah, what's your PayPal?
I got you.
All right, cool.
Welcome back. I've got some jobs ready for you.
Like that, less than like 2 minutes, we have 2 people that will get banned, and then they'll have to buy another account to be able to sell levels. Yeah. And you just keep doing that over and over and over again, and any money that they possibly make off of people gets wasted. Yeah. People sell. Yeah. Jesse, they absolutely do. Yeah. Ah, makes you feel good, you know? It makes you feel really good. All right. What did we get? We had Willow. We had Willow. Do you play any other games, or is it just horror? It depends. There's some games I play that are not horror. Like if it's a puzzle game or something that just perks our interest. Like we played Blueprints. I didn't play a lot of it, but it's really cool. Yeah. Do you see more from console or PC player? So it has to be a PC player, Jesse. It has to be, because they're the ones that are able to obtain the software to be able to do the cheating. Yeah. We just did Power Wash Simulator while I was dressed as Shrek. Yeah. All right. Let's do a Nightmare at Willer Street. Will I ever play Demonologist again? At some point. I'm sure I will.
All right, we're here. Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly.
I have friends that randomly want to play stuff like that, and I have no problem. I have no problem jumping into games like that, even if, you know, they kind of did turn on the community. Need a Hello Kitty? No, I don't. We don't need to remember that moment. Nope. Negative. No, we don't. Charles Maudsley, 25% motion sensor and incense. Let's go. Let's go. Playing the new Resident Evil? Maybe. I would love to go back and play all the old ones. Yeah, Resident Evil 2 was like one of the first games I remember playing that was even horror related. Shattered, yeah, one of these years. Finished the Midnight Walk, yeah. I still have to upload the second video. Really? I think a new Silent Hill is coming out. I think I heard the same thing. Boner Jam, we have Hiding in the Garage. Let us not forget. Thank you all for the follows. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What am I looking for? We already know what the curse is. Would you say you're better at Phaz than Beer did? I come in on his raid. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm better than him, but I would definitely say that I'm not, you know, not worse than him. You know? I think I have an advantage. I think his beard gets in the way. Let's go turn the power up. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Oh, I thought it did the thing. I was like, no shot. Tripped over the bone. A little bit. Kit Kat, hello. Welcome in. It's hard to quantify skill in this game, too. Well, I mean, not necessarily. Like, there's definitely people that are extraordinarily skilled at this game. No judgment. It's got to tickle the nose. You know, it's got to tickle him a little bit. He's got to be mid-hunt and then just fluttering his face. Goddess, how are you? Kit Kat, how was your stream? Hello. Gonna play some games. See you, Cheyenne. Have a good one. Have a good one. Friends, if you're not in the Discord already, the Discord link is in the chat. So is the rest of the socials. If you're interested in any of the platforms, if you're interested. All right, we know where you are, El Stinko. So let's go get some equipment back there. I like hearing Coach yell. Oh my God. Classic Coach. I would love to get her in some more horror. You know what? I should convince Coach to play Forewarned again. I think that'd be fun. No, level does not equate. No. Level has nothing. Really, it doesn't correlate with skill at all. Not anymore. It even back then, really, even before Prestige, it didn't necessarily. That's awful. It didn't even necessarily mean skill. Just because you're a high level, I mean, somebody could have carried you there, right? Yeah, I hear you, dude. Shut up. Oh, you have the shoes. All right. Oh, what was your... No, oh, my 90s dinner the other day. It was my family dressed up as employees from Good Burger. And they made me burgers and fries, like a burger and fries with Ed sauce. Remember the Ed secret sauce? Well, you start off with a little lemon juice. It was so great. Close to 800 hours of playtime, but my Phas watch time is well into the thousands. That's fair. And I mean, that's how most of us, I think, learned how to play. We learned how to play by watching other people play. That's how I learned. When I started, I watched other people play. Wish I could watch Coach. I would like her, but her screaming is too much. Well, turn the volume down, Eugene. Turn the volume down. Oh, with a Good Burger. That's right. Kid Kat, I hope your stream was wonderful, friend. Thank you. Let's watch this for a second. Maybe we'll get dots. We'll get lucky. Maybe. Oh, thank you, Dumpling. Stream is pretty good. Working on, oh, bundles for Palea. Okay. I haven't played Palea in a very long time. Still learn new things from Phas from watching me. Listen, I still learn new stuff from watching others. I think we all, listen, it's an endless chain. We all learn from each other. It's exploding in popularity. Yeah. Was there any particular reason why? What did they add to the game that all of a sudden now people are back into it? Like piqued interest. Do you think as they redo maps, do you think as they redo maps, do you think they'll ever expand the amount of players to 6? I would really like if they did, just to even see what it's like, but I don't think they're going to. My guess is that they would say the small maps would be pure chaos, but I don't know. I mean, maybe they'll think that the large maps would be too easy to have 6 people. Oh, there's a new expansion. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, Palea was always a really, really good looking game. Where are you? Nice. By the way, reference to... Am I referenced in Tanglewood? No. No. My voice is on the spirit box, and my dog's picture is on a plate of Bleasdale. Hello? You farted on me. What do you got? I know there's the bones there. I don't have a photo camera. Nothing there. Check our temps again. You're not doing anything, home dog. Not an Oni? No, it farted on us. No Oni. Play a bit, but my PC can't play it well. Oh, do you have it? Do you have any other devices like Switch or anything? Voice on the spirit box? Yeah. Yeah, the voices you hear in the spirit box are the content creators. Right, let's get a smudge. Let's get some salt. We need it to walk through the salt so we can check for UV. I had your voice on the spirit box before and I was so confused. I thought that was on the stream for a second. Yeah. Your spirit box on the voice? That's right. Nailed it. I think you're referencing the piece of equipment that shines light. I hate your face so much. All right, let's do that first. This side of that. Hey, Ricky, how are you? What are my responses? If you do... Oh, there you go. Thank you, Distorted. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, they just put it in chat. Oh. Got my camera? Mom! Camera! Where did it... Oh, dude, F you. It's because it walks through the bed. Jerk. Definitely probably a ghost. Ooh, more footsies. More footsies. Footprint. Salt. Where'd you go? Wait. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait. Do I have an EMF in here? I do. Okay. Are you an Obake? Did it just skip like 2 or 3 steps? Because I heard it continue walking, but I saw a single step. Oh, I got Spirit Box. Oh, you're right. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. I threw it down right away. Where are you? Yeah, that's right. I forgot. It can't, unless it's a mimic. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? I'll see if I can get one of mine. Here, hold on. That'll be annoying. Let's fix it. I didn't get orbs, but that doesn't mean they're not going to show up late. This is not your home. Don't you fart on me. Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Pretty big yeet. Where are you? Are you near? Are you angry? Are you angry? Are you old? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? I'm just curious if you're here. Are you here? Taken away. Not a phantom. I'm getting Pulte vibes. Anybody else getting Pulte vibes? Which voice line do you do for the Spirit Box? I have right here, which I don't know. I was trying to get. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Are you angry? How did you die? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? No, you're not. Where are you? Just do the line. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Are you near? Where are you? Oh God, it's gonna, holy shit. I have a feeling this is a Pulte. Did you see that shoe? Oh, gamer. Where's my UV? Gamer. Here. Giving you so many shoes to F, it's not even funny. Flash, look out. Oh, the shoe? Yeah. Come on, do the thing. You didn't know about the keyboard? Yeah. What's even more interesting is that showed, I don't know if it's still there or not. Yeah, so you see how there's 4 fingers? If you have 5 fingers, it's an obake. The light switch, it's a single line. If you have 2 lines beside the switch, it's an obake. All right, now's your time to shut. Dude, is that my book? What the? They look like bowling shoes a little bit. All right. Oh my God, I've done no objectives. Don't. You deliver that weak crap after you break my lights? That's it? Clearly a mirror. Roger that. You're waiting for me to walk away, aren't you? No, you don't get to play video games. No, not until you do the pile. No games for you. It's gonna do it. I'm not looking. Like, why these little single yeets? Why? Just do it a tang, you nerd. Charles Maudsley. Look at him. It's not bedtime. Do the pile. What is with this weak shit? Do it. But he wants to take a nap. Come on, F the shoes. Let's go. Watch, I'm going to go leave. He's going to do it. Do it. Oh my God. Do the roar. Charles Maudsley in 3, 2, 1. Pile. Oh, you're going to hunt now. I hate your face. You hear that weak shit? Have another cruise. I do in the truck. It's going to say he did the pile a couple of times. F this guy. Bentley, welcome in. Although it doesn't really look like he threw much. Okay, now he does. Like, you notice? I just right-clicked. Did I not have a lighter? Oh, that was rude. Did you hear that at the end? Yeah, it was Bolty. Did you hear it at the end? It literally did the Polty pile in the last 3 seconds. Yeah, I'm fairly certain I didn't grab a lighter. Yeah, there's an emote for a reason. Gosh dang it. How many times did it do the pile? 4 times my anus. My anus. Did that I do it all the time. That's why people are here to hold me accountable. It was a crappy Polty anyway. You know what? I didn't even want to win that one. No, I didn't even want to win. Nope. I hope with Horror 2.0 they add some really scary stuff. Imagine if the ghost events crawl. Oh, I hope so, Odyssey. Thank you for the video. I hope so. Yeah, I really hope that they do some unique ghosty stuff. Like there was a clip from way back that was a bug. It was not actually supposed to happen, but the grudge ghost was crawling on the ceiling. And that kind of stuff randomly happening would be terrifying. That was a bug. But it was years ago. Gosh dang it. Get a gold star, thanks. It was a spoiled Pulte. Yeah, we left it out too long. Looks appropriate on mobile. That's okay. It's supposed to. That's fine. Hey, Mr. Minecraft, how are you, dude? Gorilla, welcome in. All right. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, though. All right. Let's go to Camp Woodwind. Oh, of course it's raining.
Take a look at the equipment and prepare accordingly.
Bonus
before
orbs.
starting the investigation.
Bonus orbs.
Got the intel.
Is your favorite?
This is going to be a tough one.
I think it's grown on me over time, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. All right, Richard Sherman, what do we have? Firelight, capture photo, and repel. So we need to find out where Ghosty is. We're going to grab a lighter because that seems like a really smart thing to do. All right, no Slendy. Shed some light on this situation. Was that the fire or was that the ghost? Oh, Slendy's back there. I see him. Boner. All right, closed, closed. No hiding there, which is sad. This is my favorite. Oh my God, music box again. All day with this shit. Growing on you a bit? Yeah, a little bit. Hiding here in blue. Blue, green, whatever. Would you shut? There we go. Crow! Mr. Crow, thank you for the 57 months. My God. What do you mean by Slendy? Slenderman. Old McSlender had a farm. Slender, did you just lead me to the ghost? Hello? All right. We have EMF 5. That's sick. Thank you, Slender. Hey, Cursed, how are you? Yeah, Slendy. He can spawn in 3 places. He can spawn in there, back in that area, behind Lover's Bench, in between these two. Oh, wait. No, it's in between the bathroom and the food tent, or he can spawn there. He has 3 places he can spawn here. This. Drop the flashlight. Hope you're doing well here for the monthly check-in. Hey, I appreciate you, friend. I am doing perfectly fine. How the hell are you, my man? That was helpful. Yeah. Them asking about Slendy made us go back there and check again, which made us get the 5. I'll take it. We'll put a book here. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Are you close? Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Cold enough. Okay, yeah. All right, we're good. Yay, I helped. It's just not super cold here. God, I hate these areas so much. Did I just do... Am I hearing you over here now? I swear to God. I think... What did I hear? Dude, I don't know. I heard something really strange. It sounded like a wood knock, but I don't know where it knocked. Mr. Kill. Oh, hey, how are you? All right, we'll do that. Grab a UV, grab a dot. The camera's not really helping me that much right now, but okay. Papa Smurf, who made you this way? Who? Point me in the direction. Smurf Papa! What up, dude? How goes it? You know what? I might get some motion sensors because the ghost is not revealing itself at all. All right. What are the most unique places where UV can be? Here, you can get them on the logs. You can get a flat old handprint right here. All right. I have no idea where Stinky is walking around. We got the EMF5 and that was it. Goes well. Woke up from a nap. Shit. I don't remember the last time I took a legit nap. All right. Are you walking around over here? Or, no, because it was cold here. I was going to say, or is it inside the blue tent? And that's where all the confusion lies. Autumn, welcome in. Hello. Oh, yeah, look, 3 degrees. Hold on. Nothing has moved in here, and it's warm. Okay. Hey, Soul. 2 degrees. Okay. Have you moved over this way, Hotshot? Is that what's happening here? Oh, I see my breath. I see my breath. And it just walked through one of them. Was it just walk through that one? Hey, Throw, how are you? Oh, yeah, it did. Put you there. We'll try this. Try that. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? Wait, I'll wait for one of these to go off. Wait. Where are you? Are you here? Are you near? I don't think so. I think that's a big 10 no. Gotta go see you, Galactic. Have a good night. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Let's check the truck real fast. I didn't move the camera, but that's okay. It's so bright. All right, Ghostie's walking around. Well, I have EMF 5, so possible Goryo. That might be why I'm not getting my second evidence. What kind of games do you play when you're not streaming? Depends. If friends ask me to play, like friends might ask me to join their stream when I'm not streaming and it's some random horror game, whatever it may be. It's just a plethora of goods. I'll do the occasional Disney Dreamlight on my Steam Deck just for kicks when I'm sitting there hanging with the wifey. All right, we're going to watch this for possible dots. We'll keep watching. They're in the trees. They're in the trees. Dreamlight for the win. It's chill. It's just relaxing. And we love Disney, so it all adds up. It all makes sense. Totally random happened to me. What do you do if you're talked about on a podcast you haven't listened to in years, but the one guy took it hard because you used to be such a hardcore listener and they know you personally? Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's writing. Do you see the book moving right now? That took long. Spirit Shade Myling. I hate it here. And it's this weather. Spirit Shade Myling. Woof. Well, I guess we can try. Worth a shot. Flash likes to play the other side with his good friends. Kill it. I absolutely will. Oh, I never took a photo of the bone, did I? Damn. Guess it's a shade. It might be. KC, thank you for the follow. You know what I have an idea of what I can do. I have an idea. Do this. God, that's loud. All right. Let's go get 2 more. Silly, what, Ghost? Oh, Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub. Who'd you gift it to? Sandwich. Remember that lime chip that the wifey gave you while you were streaming with the dip on it? Yes, Richie, go on. Can you do public lobbies? I can, but I don't want to. Did you see Juju? You did. You did indeed. I hear you. HR chucking stuff. It's over there somewhere. I'm curious of the chip. She's talking about when my wife... Oh, wait. I didn't pick this up, did I? My wife and her friend were feeling really good and trying to mess with me. Okay, another EMF 5, but I was not near it when it happened. Go on. It was live on stream. What do you mean? You said it was like lime flavor. Go on. Actually, no, I don't think I want you to go on. Are you going to say you snuck some kale in there? I swear to God. Hey, Eddie, welcome in. BT, thank you so much for the prime. Welcome in. All right. Now, the difficult part about this is the room boundaries. I mean, not the kale. Catch you Wednesday. See you railroad. I don't know what I'm doing Wednesday yet. I haven't decided. I would venture to say this is not a shade based on what it just did. Oh, there's ads. What kind of chip it was? I've been really curious since that day. Oh, God, I don't know. Maybe I just make it hunt. At this point. Hey, what's up, Jude? How are you? This is tough because if it's a miling, it's going to be tough to even listen. With the room boundaries of this map, Ghost is standing right on top of me right now. Oh, Sharkbait, the 90s themed dinner was my wife and children dressing up as Good Burger employees and serving burger and fries. Like, that's close to me, but it could have been out of the room when it did that, technically, because of the room boundary crap. You know what I'm saying? The ghost is here. I could technically go get 2 more motion sensors and track it better that way. I mean, come on. This just went off here and then it just blew this out. Like, if that's a shade, that's just absolutely awful. All right. Well, I think we're going to make you hunt. Tis the new plan. I need a photo of you. Well, it'd be great if you showed up real fast. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Not following what you're doing. I was testing for a shade. Doing a little bit of a shade test. Okay. I have 3 smudges on me. Beautiful. Is that a Cheebs? Oh, hi, Mr. Cheebs. Eddie, thank you for the follow. Mr. Cheebs. I'm lagging a little bit. Relax, hot shot. Relax. Relaxy taxi. Chiba! What is up, sir? How are you? All right. Chiba, I'm going to try to get a photo of the ghost. Don't let me die, okay? Excuse me. There we go. What? I can't. It's a 2-star, but it's still a ghost photo. You have your lighter? Yes, that's how I've been lighting all these things. Thank you. I appreciate it. Scorby, thank you for the 6 months. Well, I don't need that now. I just need it to make it hunt. All right. Whoa. I have a feeling this is a spirit. That sounds pretty loud. I mean, even in the heavy rain, right? I don't think shade based off of what it did. There he is. Just hanging around. Okay, he's done. It does not seem quiet. I would agree with you, North. Doesn't seem quiet at all. So this will be the spirit test. I need more photos. Might as well go get some salt. I think it was doing things while I was in the same room as well. Yeah. Shades can't blow out firelights. And also word on the street is that Shades can't do singing events, and we just had a singing event. That has not been confirmed by the developer. It's been confirmed by people that test the game very frequently. Salt, salt, salt. 2 more. Next time I have shade. Yeah. Yep, that is the word on the street, is that Shades cannot do singing events. Again, that has not been confirmed by the developer. It's been something that's been tested over and over and over again. I have like a minute 40 if it is a spirit. Why so salty? Well, you know, you got to season your ghosties. If you're not seasoning your ghostie, you're not doing it right, Kill. Oh, I don't remember which one I just took a picture of. Okay, we're good. All right. Got all the things. Now we just need to, excuse me. Now we just need to wait for it to try and do its thing. Oh, I could go get a crucifix so it doesn't try to murder us. Cruisy. Glacius. I seasoned them with ghost peppers. Well, they didn't provide me with any. I feel like I'm not getting the best equipment here. Is there something I don't know about, Mr. Glay? How's it going, my friend? Are you excited to be Mrs. Tight Pants soon? Yeah, I called him Mrs. Tight Pants. I'll send in a ticket. Thank you. Be back in 40 to 50-ish business years. All right, I have 30 seconds. Skip-it-up, hold on. Give. All right. It should hunt in the next, like, 10 seconds. Eat this one. Oh, is my sanity low enough for you to eat me? Oh. Wait. That might have been a screwed up test because I don't think my sanity was low enough for the ghost to hunt me. I'm still thinking spirit anyway, though. Hey, Sophia, how are you? Yeah, that was big oops. Big oops. I didn't think about it. I should have let the music box play more. His pants were always tight. Oh, my Lanta. Yeah. You spot a male? You do spot a male. I could go hang out over here in the dark. Maybe it'll hunt then. I mean, events would be good. If it wants to event on me, I can run into it and lose some sanity. That'd be nice. That sick, sadistic bastard. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Jocks, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Now we know it can hunt. Do I even waste my time? I mean, it may have, like, listen, here's the dangerous part. It might have hunted because it's a shade and I left the area. So I can't leave yet. I can't leave. That sound like a miling? No, with the heavy rain, I could still hear the footsteps. It didn't sound like a miling to me. Definitely could be wrong. Was that thunder and a ghost fart? Yeah. My favorite song. All right, let's light this guy up. Let's go run back over here. All right. Yikes. Open that up so we know for sure. So is loud fart? Yeah, kind of. I mean, we're away from it now, so this will at least cancel out a spirit. Looping's your favorite thing? It's mediocre for me. Yikes forever. All right, it's been 90 seconds. Completely unproven, but almost every time I've had a spirit that I smudged at events like crazy. You're not the only one. You're not the only one, Archmage. I've had that happen where, like, when it gets really, like, after the 90 seconds, it gets really eventy. All the way up until the 180 mark. I think Wolfen is another one that happens a lot, too. Thunder and a Ghost Fart is a song by one of the bands whose posters are in the Bleasdale attic. All right, I have like 40. If it hunts in the next 30 seconds, less than 30, then it's not a spirit and it's just being weird. Just can't get the logic how battery gas lanterns cause a breaker to trip. They're not connected to. Yeah, well, I mean, come on. We have to have limitations, Matthew. We can't just be let loose to go all willy-nilly. Shmoney, hello. All right. 10 seconds, that's another 3, and then I'm more than comfortable putting spirit and leaving. All right, that's another 180. We are nowhere near the ghost room at all. And it's hunting. Where is it hunting from that is dodged? Better walk on, hard ass. Yeah, I'm talking about you, nerd. 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 Okay. Let's go, Spirit, and get the hell out of here. How are you dodging both of those crucifixes? I have 2 tier 3 crucifixes over there, and it's just spitting on them. Yeah, it was hunting right outside. It had to have been. All right. All right, Richard. Sperate it is. Remember the lighter. I had the lighter this time. You stop it.
Welcome back.
The only way to identify a spirit is to have an incense and to be able to stop the ghost from hunting for 180 seconds by using it on the ghost. In the range of the ghost. That is the only way. Outside of that, there's no other way to know you have a spirit. Outside of, if you're doing a no evidence run, if you're getting evidence, then you're fine. You can just get it that way. But if you don't have any incenses on you, then you have to hope you can narrow down all the other ghosts. Yeah. I will when you stop forgetting. Deal. That's fair. Would have laughed if it was a miling. I know. Well, you know, I almost wouldn't have been surprised because of how loud the rain is. It's so hard to hear anything. Yeah. What's an EMF reader? Mel's asking questions that she wants you guys to ask her when she streams next. Okay. All right. It is almost midnight for me. We are going to call it there, friends. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. Tiki Tacs and YouTubes. We're going to go raid on Twitch. I appreciate you. TikTok, all the links are in the bio, of course. YouTube's, you know where it all is. It's in the description. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, let's go raid somebody. Let us go raid. I need my beauty sleeps. And by beauty sleep, I mean attempted sleep that does not result in beauty. Matthew, thank you, friend. JD, I see the sticker, dude. Thank you. I don't know if you can hear me or not. But yeah, if you guys are not in the Discord, it is there. There's the rest of the socials. I got access to the, whatever they're called. It's like basically a clan tag in Discord. So if you're in the Discord and you don't have one already and you want to represent one, well, I've got one for you. And then also I need to start working on the special roll colors where you can like make the gradient colors. I just need to decide what gradients to use. There's so many. There's so many. Thank you, Tiffany. All right. Let me find a friendo to go say hi to. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Close. Get out. Goodbye. There we go. And we reached our monthly goal. So that means that we automatically have a viewer day next month. I just have to decide what the extended goal is going to be. We have one this month too. I just had to pick a day. I've been really hesitant to do it because I was so afraid of like the baby coming early or something. But we might. I almost want to do it this Wednesday. Thank you, Hoodie. I appreciate you. Mr. Kill. What a great guy. Oh, how was Blue Prince earlier, by the way? I was watching you play for a little bit. I might do it this Wednesday. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I know Wednesdays are normally reserved for other games, but we're going to keep the Phas hype going. I think this Wednesday, so the next stream, we're going to do viewer games. Yeah. If it's this Wednesday, I could totally participate. Well, then we're going to do it. Had a bad start, but a great second day. Nice. You've been playing it a lot. So it's really cool to see that you've been enjoying it. All right, let me mute this. Do this. My Father's Day was great. Gracie, thank you very much for asking. I appreciate it. Don't forget the lighter. Shut your hole. You shut your hole. Oh, so what's the extended goal going to be? I don't know. I'm not sure. Almost at Prestige 2. Nice. All right. Song has Spyro 1 vibes. Man, I haven't played Spyro in a very long time. I don't want to be another green character and waste another set of headphones or earbuds or whatever cover things. It's tickling your nose. Do I look like Baron to you? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Okay. Let's do the things. Friends, if you are a follower, the first one is for you. If you're a sub, the next one's for you. My little creepy tier 3s, that is for you. But of course, well, we did play the weekly with our friendo, Mrs. Break. So I feel like it is only appropriate to go say hi and give her a visit. So that is what we are going to do. Guys, thank you so much for a wonderful stream. Thank you so much for all the hype, all the love. I appreciate you guys. We're halfway through the month and we've already reached our monthly goal. So I'll do some thinking about what the extended could be. I don't even know what that could be. I would love to do something different. I just have to think of what that could be. If you guys have ideas, I have a suggestion channel in Discord that is always open. If you're a sub, please feel free to just type it into the sub chat and, I'll see it. Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for everything. I love you all. Let's go say hi to Break. She'll be going for a while, I'm sure. Madison VR stream, you can leave, Mr. Kill. Hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Even Mare knows, no shot. No way in hell. Oh my God, I would die. I would have a heart attack. Oh, hell no. I would have a heart attack. Ugh. All right, I'm out, guys. I will see you later. The weekly video will obviously be pushed tomorrow, of course, per the usual. And then, I think we're going to do viewer games on Wednesday. And Friday's up in the air. I'd say most likely right now that I'm not going to stream. Just a heads up. But I love you guys. I will see you Wednesday for viewer games. Bye.